Dr. Shirley, if you don't mind, I thought it'd be great to kind of kick off with you. And you've really taken the bull by the horns, and you've only been involved a short time. You went right to the top of the pay plan, and now you've kind of shifted gears. Not that you're not still building locally, but you're really focused on Korea right now. And why don't you share what you're doing and how you did it? And I'm really, really proud of you. So
Oh, thanks. For me, it was just, I'm putting a lot of effort into this right now. I mean, obviously we also need to keep building our teams, but this is just such a short window, I think, at least, early on. And to me, it's a little bit of mindless work. So I'm really encouraging everyone, because it's really just a copy paste situation. I mean, I'm working on LinkedIn because that's where I like to do business. And so I have just, continued to friend people, or, to have the connections with people. I did have 2 people go to the events that just went on the 6th. So I was pretty excited about that. I'm still waiting to hear back, from those 2 and how that went. And I'm in communications with Kwangsu right now. So the next event is going to be on the 9th of July, and that's which is actually tomorrow, because Korea is a day ahead of us. So I spent the morning a little bit the other day, but then this morning I reached out to probably 150 people or so. And sometimes I just think like, because you just click, but you know what, you just never know. So that mindless clicking that I'm doing, I've crafted a really well done letter that I'm happy with. It represents me and represents the company well, and then I am sending those letters out from there. And some are kind to reply back, and most don't. It's just a numbers game. So I am looking to have 3 to 4 people enroll during this initial period as a start, and then it's going to keep going, obviously, because Korea opening, is happening, but it's going to keep moving and growing and going. But I think those are most anxious, the most eager are going to be those that see this and hop on board now. So is there anything specific, Chuck, that I can elaborate on for you?
yeah, a couple things. I think people really want to know, you don't have to read your letter, but just the essence of your letter. I know you personalized it to meet your needs, which are unique, but the essence of the letter, I think people like to know what you're saying. So you can either verbally do that, or you can send it to me and I'll post it with my other notes. But if you can kind of, just the essence of your letter, I think people like to know what you're doing, because it's getting such good results.
Yeah. I can read it if you want, if that's
Go
helpful.
ahead, that'd be fine if you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Okay, it's not too long. Basically, I'm reaching out and I'm talking to people. I'll just go ahead and read it if you don't mind. I'll just
go ahead.
Okay, so it says, "Good day. I'm reaching out today with a very important and timely announcement that may impact your life in a grand way financially. Should you be one of the first to explore the South Korean expansion of billion-dollar U.S. corporation Isagenix, you will capitalize on a prime position with our direct sales organization. Professionally, I'm a doctor of naturopathy, a certified herbalist, certified yoga instructor, and Amazon bestselling author who resides in New York, USA. And also, just so you know, like when I say New York, everyone overseas always thinks you're in New York City. So they're really kind of tuned in, to that. And even though I live in a town that's got 1,000 people, and sometimes in Rochester, it says, I have partnered with Isagenix on the #1 team, that's what Kwangsu had recommended, on the #1 team in America. That's the Cepeda team we're on, to help build a very lucrative Korean market. As an executive consultant, I know how to build Korea. Do you want to build with me? That's what Kwangsu had suggested, those words. Qualified candidates can earn more than $7,000 to $10,000 per month within 12 months. Our state-of-the-art 10,000 square foot headquarters were open in Seoul on July the 12th. I worked directly with executive consultant and multimillionaire Kwangsu Shin, who has helped establish our licensing in Korea, hired our general manager, and created our very lucrative compensation plan. Those who join us early will benefit the most. So along the way, I'm saying who are associated with that, Kwangsu was instrumental, as he suggested, in getting Korea off the ground. I'm saying our compensation plan is lucrative, and I'm also putting a sense of urgency in there that those who join us early are going to benefit the most, which is true. Here's what we are looking for. Honest, dedicated, mature entrepreneur who demonstrates perseverance, ambitious, coachable, entrepreneurial spirit that matches our core values, and direct sales or high-level business experience. So we want people who are qualified. We are a 16-year-old privately held health and wellness company that promotes greater health, well-being with specific solutions for weight loss, improved energy, performance, and healthy aging. Our clients and staff enjoy more life through positive transformation along the way. And then the last here is consultant Kwang-Soo Shin will be in Busan, which is in the very south of Korea, on July 9th, holding a live business overview at 2 p.m. at the Ambassador Hotel. If you are qualified and would like to attend this event, please contact me for a VIP ticket and reservation that will provide you a personal introduction to Mr. Kwang-Soo Shin. Best regards. And then on there, I copy-pasted the invitation showing Kwang-Soo and the invitation that he had designed through a graphic. And my two men that I had the other day, I took that graphic and I went to Canva. I don't know if you're familiar with Canva. It's C-A-N-V-A. You can make graphics there for free. And so I just downloaded the invitation, and then I left space at the top, and I said VIP reservation for Kim. It's not Kim Jong-il, it's this kid, right? Kim Jong-lee, was one of the man's name. Then there was another one, was Troy Kim. So I made it personalized invitation. And then also put my ID number on there. So, were they able to sign up or do sign up? He had my ID right there. I told him he needed to present that as a personal introduction of high regard to Kwang-Soo. And that's how it went. And so then a person, yeah, there it is. That was a very simple, like I said, that's just Canva. You download the photo, you put in some text, you click it, that's the end. It literally, took me a minute, to make that. But it let them know that this is your personal invitation, have this with you, and that way, signups are going on. I don't want anyone scrambling around, where's Shirley, where's a phone, where's a number, I got it all right there. Is that the winning ticket? I'm not sure, but I wanted to cover my bases, and I haven't heard back from Kwang-Soo as far as how that's gone yet, but I will report back soon. Can't hear you.
I was just saying that concludes our training today. Great job, Dr. Shirley.
Thank you.
I do want to go through some more details because I am going to record this. I did record what Dr. Shirley just said. And Dr. Shirley, if you're open to sharing that letter, I'll make that available to people on our team so they can put that in their own words, obviously. Obviously, you're not a doctor like she is. You can't say things you're not. You're not an executive, which I recommend you become as soon as possible. That's a big deal.
It is.
You all need to rank up. And being an executive in this company is not that difficult. I know some of you think it is because it's been hard, but it's a mindset in a lot of ways. You're looking at 10 people that get 2. That's it. In most companies, you have to rank advance by rank advancing your team. Let me give you an example. In my previous company, you became a consultant basically the same way, 2 people. Easy peasy. But then to move up to manager, you had to have a certain number of consultants. Yeah, kind of same with Isagenix. You need 2 to get 2. That's you share, they share. So there's where it ends. That's the end of the similarity. Because to go to the next level of my previous company, I would have to have recruited so many managers to move up to director. Not with Isagenix. You just simply get more consultants, personal enrolled consultants. 6 to be exact, and you're a director. And then to get to the highest level in my previous plan, I had to have 8 people personally enrolled by me at the highest level of the company at that time to advance me to the next level, which became the highest level. Not here. The highest level in this company is you help 10 people get 2. Really simple when compared to any other pay plan I've ever been involved in. So when we tell you to rank up to executive, we're not telling you to do something that's impossible. Now, is it easy? No. Is it easy to maintain? No. Is it worthwhile? Absolutely, positively. The company's ingenious in the way they built this comp plan, in the fact that it forces you to build a strong business. You can't just build one team. You got to build both teams. You got to help people, which is really awesome. And then when you get into bonus pools, it's all based on growing and helping people. So they really have put together a compensation plan that rewards you for doing the things you should do anyway in this business. So I just tell you that because in that letter, it is important. The key components that Dr. Shirley has included in that letter what Kwang Su's been teaching us. Number one, we are on the #1 team in all of Isagenix, Herman Petty Cepeda. You need to use that. In fact, all of you on this call are leaders, so you wouldn't be on this call. You need to build a relationship with Herman Petty Cepeda. You need to create some activity, get some people on your team that are doing some, so you've got a reason to do three-way calls. I'm going to be doing some private training with Herb and Patty, and what they're looking for are people that are committed to going on the Top Achievers trip next year. They want to have 100 people on their team go to the Top Achievers. And so they're looking for people to raise their hand, just like Dr. Shirley just did, and say, look, I'm going to be 3-star. I'm going to be a top achiever. I'm going on that trip. Those are the people they're looking for. And then they're going to take that group and do a little personal mentoring and training. So if that fits you, you might be sitting there as just a consultant right now saying, oh my gosh, I don't see myself as a top achiever. That's the first thing you got to change, is how you see yourself and how you speak. But raise your hand. Go for it. And then we'll help you along the way. So Herb and Patty Cepeda, #1, and she makes that obvious. So you gotta bring that up. That's important to these Korean people who are looking for who they're going to do business with. They're in a really unique position too. They get to pick their sponsor. So you may be competing with other people on who they're going to go with. Why would they go with somebody in America as opposed to somebody right there in Korea? You got to give them the reason. #1, you're on the #1 team in the world. #2, we're working with Kwang Soo Shin. He's our business partner. We're on his team. We give these people access to be on his team. That's huge. They call him Consultant Kwang Soo Shin. Use that term. I'm using it now here in the States. Just like Dr. Shirley did. Introduce them to Kwang Soo Shin. Have them go up and physically introduce themselves at the meeting. Have them give them a piece of paper that lets them know who they are. That immediately locks them into you somewhat. So if they see their cousin over there and their cousin tries to recruit them, at least Kwang Soo has the opportunity to try to get them to stay with you. Now, again, we're being totally transparent here. There is no pre-launch yet, so there is no official sign-up yet. So it's a little dicey when it comes to that. But the choice is to sit and wait until the pre-launch starts, or get involved now, like Dr. Shirley and others are, like I am, and try to get people to these meetings so you're starting to build your nucleus so where they can start to build their nucleus. So when it does go pre-launch, you potentially have people that already have pre-built little teams in place. So bam, you're out of the gate in pre-launch. And then when the real launch happens in October, Katie by the door. Now, for those of you that were on the corporate call a week or two ago, you notice there's only 22 people on that call. Half of them were us. So the word's not really getting out to the masses in Isagenix yet. They don't understand. And we have the absolute blessing of having been around Kwang Soo for a year and talking about this for a year. So we're all pretty knowledgeable about this. This is not even on the radar of 99% of people in Isagenix. So we still have a huge advantage.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead, Dr. Shirley.
I just wanted to interject one step that I did do is after I got confirmation that people wanted to attend the event, I arranged a phone call with Kwang Soo prior to the event, and I let them know that in order for them to go to this event that they needed to speak with Kwang Soo at first. So I set up, I've got Kwang Soo's phone number, I gave it to them, and both of these men set up and had interview calls with Kwang Soo prior to the event. So of course, having the live availability of speaking to Kwang Soo helped, I think, to edify him and the event, and let them know that they had a relationship ahead of time before walking into the door. So that was one step that I think was important versus just saying, hey, go show up.
Excellent. And the third point is that we will have the largest team in Korea, the largest, most successful team in Korea. Being part of Kwang Soo's team, that's the we. So you are who you associate with. We have the pleasure of associating with Kwang Soo Shin, Herb and Patty Cepeda. You want to use those three factors. Herb and Patty Cepeda, #1 in the world. Kwang Soo Shin, the consultant who helped open up the country. And #3, we are on the largest, most successful team in Korea. Those 3 points you want to make sure you get across to your Korean prospect. I'm going to share some notes with you. These are notes that I took from some early trainings with Kwang Soo, but they're not outdated whatsoever, and a lot of people don't know this. So let me figure out how to share my screen here again. All right, can you guys see my notes?
Yes.
All right. I will hide these on my Team of Hope page for you to get to. And Dr. Shirley, if you'll send me that letter you sent, I'll actually add that to this so people can modify that to their own use. If you're willing to do that, that'd be great. So you can see I've got the 2 videos that Kwang Soo put at the top. Then I've got the meeting where he's going to be doing Monday the 9th, the time, and this is Kwang Soo's phone number. And then he talks about he's going to be traveling around. We just need to pay attention to the Isagenix team page that we're all part of for his schedule and where he's going to be. And then here's some of the interesting things that, you know, we don't always talk about anymore because we've been talking about this for a year, but we got new people joining the team. You got to make sure your new people understand this. Amway did $8.8 billion in sales in 2016. $1 billion of that was from Korea. $1 billion of that was from Japan. $4 billion of that was from China. Isagenix is not in those 3 countries yet. And so when you see Michael Weeder and Dr. Shirley and myself and others who understand this getting so excited, this, in my lifetime, I'm 57 years old, in my lifetime, this is that one-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be with a solid company like Isagenix, who's been around for 16 years, who's debt-free, who's profitable, who knows how to open up international markets. To have an opportunity to be in this and be a part of opening up Korea. And then once you get your base in Korea, and then we open up Japan, and then we open up China, literally in the next 3 to 5 years, every single one of us can set ourselves up in such an incredible position that money is never an object for the rest of your life, your kid's life, or your grandkids' life, seriously. So these stats don't lie. These other companies that have been around for 50, 60, some of them 100 years. They're in 100 plus countries. 65, 75% of their revenue comes from these 3 countries. And so Isagenix, 0% comes from these countries. But once we're in these countries, it should pan out over time that 60, 70% of Isagenix volume is coming from these 3 countries. So for those of us that introduce people into this, and you grow your network in these countries, you are positioned for absolute greatness. The other thing, just some other things there, I'm not going to go through all my notes, but just if you want to see these notes, I'll show you where they're going to be after today on my Team of Hope page, and you can have access to them. But here's a note. Last Saturday, Kwang Soo recommended that we all start posting before and after pictures on our Facebook pages. And so in Korea, they cannot post before and after pictures. It's just against the rules of their country's business. But for those of us here in the United States, we can post before and after pictures, and the people in Korea can look at our pages. There's nothing wrong with that. And so Kwang Soo recommends you don't do the extreme comparisons, like the ladies who've lost 200, 300, 400 pounds. People in Korea won't relate to that. He recommends you don't do the massive body transformations of men and women who have become hulks physically, in the gym. People won't relate to that. Just take your somewhat average before and after pictures of real people and post those often on your Facebook page. And then as you're befriending people on Facebook in Korea, they'll see those and you will stimulate interest. So when you private message them, you'll have their interest. This next paragraph I think is very important. There's a lot of networkers in Korea. Why are we so excited about Korea? Kwang Soo Shin has told us that of the people that can do network marketing in Korea, and some professions you can't, teachers, government workers, military, there's certain professions that cannot do network marketing. But of the people in the age brackets that are legal that can do network marketing, 50% of them are involved in some network marketing company. That's an amazing statistic. Think about it. And of those, 20% of those are full-time. This is what they do full-time to make their living. That's why we're so excited. If you find 1 or 2 or 3 full-time network marketers that tear this up, they're all on your team. And those people lead to other people like them. It's amazing. So with that being said, there are a bunch of companies over there. In the paragraph, I got Amway, Nu Skin, Herbalife, but there's a bunch more. There's Nurium. There's a whole bunch more that are doing business in Korea. But 99.99% of the people in those companies are not doing well in those companies. And so now you have the opportunity to come to them and offer them the opportunity to be on the ground floor of a company that's going to explode with growth in their country and they get the opportunity to be a part of it. You're not telling them they have to quit what they're doing. You're just telling them, look, you want to join us for this ride the next 3 years and become financially free and become like some of those people that are walking across stage in your company, making the millions of dollars a year. You've got the opportunity to be on the ground floor here with Isagenix. It's very, very big. So again, that's there. I'm not, again, going to go through all these notes, but I've got most of the notes from what Kwang Soo has shared over the time. Even here, like a little training tip on your Facebook page or your LinkedIn, more your Facebook page than LinkedIn. Tailor your pictures and your profile to where when people from Korea come to check you out to see if they want to become your friend after you've requested the friend, have some stuff on it that makes them relate to you that you are serious about Korea. If you go to my page, you'll see I've got a picture of me and Kwang Soo and Jim and Kathy Coover, Herman Petty Cepeda, and a bunch of the original Koreans that were on Kwang Soo's team. Now, how do you get a picture like that? Well, you got to be in the right place at the right time, for one thing. And that was at a major event. So I want to encourage all of you right now to be at Celebration in Nashville. It's about, 4 weeks away now. Talk to me and others that are leaders. If somebody has a value pack or an ultimate pack, there's huge coupons in our back office that you can use. If you bought one of those packs, you can use it. There's also, if you're in your first 60 days, you can get into the early bird price. There are people looking for roommates, so if cost is an issue, talk to us. Sleep on a sofa if you have to, but get to Nashville, be at this event. It's life-changing. And then chances are Kwang Soo's going to have another private meeting, and the Cougars may very well come. They did the last time because they understand that Kwang Soo's a major part of their future. And so who knows? You might be in that meeting. I can't promise that by any means. I don't even know if there's going to be one. I'm just telling you, there is, and you ain't there. There ain't no way you're going to get in there. But if you plug in now and you start inviting people and you're plugged in with Kwang Soo, there's a chance you might be invited to something like that. If not, at least get your picture with Kwang Soo and other Koreans at that event to where you're creating an environment where these people realize you're serious about this. Dr. Shirley, is there anything else you want to say before I kind of wrap up here?
No, I don't think so at all. I guess I do have some personal experience in Korea. I spent 3 weeks there. And one of the reasons we don't want to show these before and afters of these big people is because nobody is overweight in Korea. I think their percentage of people overweight is somewhere around 5 to 6% versus 70 in North America. So they would just freak out when they see people that have lost 100 pounds. They don't know what happened. They're an extremely fit and body conscious. I think it's going to be an amazing connection for Isagenix and the South Korean folks.
Let me piggyback on that just for a minute because we at Isagenix are so much more than a weight loss company. And in fact, the company's changing their terminology. They're calling it weight wellness. And so you really got to get your head around that we're not a weight loss company. And so how can we open up a country that doesn't have the problem we do with overweight and obesity? It's because we're weight wellness. These people in Korea are very, very health conscious. Mm-hmm. And so when you bring these healthy alternatives into their country, we believe it's going to be an explosion of growth. Kwang Soo is conservatively telling the company he expects to have 100,000 new Isagenix associates, affiliates, in the first 90 days. Now, will he hit that, or will it be 10% of that, or will it be more than that? Who knows? But I do know this is not his first rodeo. And this is his third rodeo. And you've heard the old saying, third time's a charm. He believes that with all his life. I believe that with my most inner being. I believe we are in the right place at the right time, and we all have this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And so if you've been a little slack in being disciplined about connecting with people, and now you're not inviting people, here's what I'm doing. I'm reaching out to everybody I talk to. Everybody I talk to. I don't care if they're next door, anywhere in the United States, anywhere in the world. Everybody I talk to, I'm asking them, do you know any Koreans? Most of them say no. Then I ask them a question that they cannot honestly answer. I say, do you know anybody who knows any Koreans? And they say no. I'm like, really? How do you know that? I mean, you know a lot of people. How do you know they don't know any Koreans? And then they kind of laugh and I'm like, oh, you're right. And so I've really planted the seed for them to think about that for a little bit and then potentially ask other people. We just enrolled a gal last week or the week before, 2 weeks ago, that came through that exact process. I asked my friend, who's not in Isagenix, if he knew any Koreans. He said no. I got back to him with another text. I said, do you know anybody who knows Koreans? He came back and he said, you know what? I think I might. So he introduced me to that lady. That lady and I had a brief meeting, got her signed up. Now she's introducing me to Korean people she does know. And so that's how it works. What you're really looking for are people that will introduce you to 2 or 3 network marketers in Korea. And the only way you're going to find that is to ask people. So I really want to encourage you to get off your duff and get serious about this. Whatever you're doing in Isagenix, keep doing it. Don't stop doing what you're doing, but just add a half an hour a day. Like Dr. Shirley said, it's kind of mindless work. You're just copy pasting. You're just reaching out to people and trying to connect. Once you connect, you're inviting to a meeting to meet Kwang Soo. And then you follow up. It could be so worthwhile. And by the way, if you don't hit it in the pre-launch, if you don't hit it at the launch, that's okay. Kwang Soo has said this is like a 3-year window here. But as Dr. Shirley and I have tried to communicate to you today, there's no better window than to get in the beginning of the window. So with that, I leave you. Michael Weeder will be leading the call next Saturday. We'll all be here with him to support him, but he's got a different perspective as a CEO and owner of network marketing companies, and he's had some experiences in his past I think you'll find very helpful. Use these calls with prospects. If a prospect understands what's going on in Korea, they're going to join you even faster than just the benefits of better health and a potential unlimited income. This is a very unique opportunity. Use it to build your business now here in the United States. So I'm going to stop the recording, but I am going to stick around for a few questions, and then we'll wrap this up.